Story 1. Thomas Neill Cream, the Doctor of Poison. Late 19th century London, the city of gaslight, cobblestone streets, and medical progress. Among its promising young doctors stood Thomas Neill Cream, brilliant, confident, and obsessed with the human body. But what he truly mastered wasn't how to save lives. It was how to end them. Born in Glasgow in 1850 and raised in Canada, Cream studied medicine in Edinburgh, a city infamous for its fascination with anatomy and death. Even as a student, he was drawn to poisons. He filled notebooks with formulas, tested substances on animals, and wrote that poison is the purest instrument of precision. After graduation, he opened a small clinic in Ontario, gaining the trust of young women who came to him for help. One by one, they died, their bodies twisting in agony. The cause? Strychnine, a colorless, tasteless toxin that kills through violent convulsions. He called it a clean death, the doctor's death. When suspicion grew, Cream fled to London, where the fog and chaos of the city made him invisible. There, he preyed on prostitutes, offering safe medicine. He'd watch them suffer, fascinated by how the body shut down. Then, in a sick game of intellect, he sent letters to police accusing others of his own crimes. His arrogance was his undoing. Through his blackmail letters, investigators traced him and uncovered his trail of victims. When sentenced to death in 1892, he smiled calmly. Standing on the gallows, his final words stunned the world. "I am Jack the Ripper." The statement sent shockwaves through England. Was it a confession, or the final jest of a brilliant madman? No one ever found out. Witnesses said his smile never faded. Even as the trapdoor opened, Thomas Neill Cream was hanged at Newgate Prison in 1892. In his room, police found notebooks filled with toxicology notes and a single chilling line: "To heal is ordinary. To kill is art." Whether or not he was Jack the Ripper, one truth remains. Cream turned medicine into murder, science into sin. A doctor who believed death was not an end, but a revelation. Story 2. Marcel Petiot, the Doctor of Darkness. Paris, during the Nazi occupation. Amid fear and chaos, one man promised salvation, Dr. Marcel Petiot. He opened a clinic, claiming to help Jews and fugitives escape to South America. Dozens came to him with money, gold, and hope. None ever came back. Born in 1897, Petiot was a bright doctor and a decorated veteran of World War I. The horrors he'd seen on the battlefield left him with a morbid fascination for death. After the war, he became a beloved physician in the suburbs of Paris, known for treating the poor for free. But behind the friendly smile was a man who experimented with life itself. When the Nazis took Paris, Petiot reinvented himself. He created a fake escape network called Flyaway Network, offering safe passage to South America. He told his clients they needed to undergo a disinfection procedure to avoid detection. They followed him into the basement of 21 Rue Le Sueur. No one ever came back. After the war, neighbors complained about a foul odor. Police found burnt bones, decaying remains, and piles of valuables, the evidence of at least 20 murders. The disinfection room was nothing but a killing chamber. Arrested under a false name, Petiot smiled throughout his trial. "I'm not a murderer," he told the court. "I was cleaning up France. Those were traitors, spies, and scum." Some saw him as a madman, others as a patriot gone insane. Investigators confirmed 27 victims, but rumors say there were over 60. When confronted with the number, he laughed. "You have no idea how many I've saved from themselves." Dr. Marcel Petiot was executed by guillotine in 1946. His last words, "I was only healing them of their fear and greed." That morning, Paris fell silent for a moment. The city of light had faced its own shadow, a doctor who turned mercy into murder and science into sin. Story 3. Maxim Petrov, the Doctor of Gentle Death. In post-Soviet St. Petersburg, hospitals were empty, medicine scarce, and hope even rarer. Amid that despair, one doctor became known as a savior, Dr. Maxim Petrov. He visited the elderly, the sick, the forgotten, always polite, always kind. But behind that kindness hid something far darker. Each house call left behind silence and another body. Born in 1956, Petrov was a skilled anesthesiologist, calm, precise, admired. But as Russia crumbled in the 1,990 seconds, so did his faith in medicine. He once told a colleague, "We don't cure the poor, we just prolong their suffering." He began to see himself as a liberator. He targeted the elderly and the lonely, those too weak to fight, too trusting to fear. He would arrive with a smile, fill a syringe, and whisper, "Sleep now, it won't hurt." They never woke again. Petrov would take small valuables afterward, money, jewelry, anything within reach. When questioned, he said calmly, "I didn't kill for profit. I helped them leave sooner. I couldn't watch them suffer." Police later found a notebook with more than 30 names, and in his medical bag, syringes filled with lethal doses of anesthetic. At least 19 victims died, while others survived but never recovered fully. When arrested, Petrov didn't resist. He looked at the officers and asked, "Do you think I'm a monster, or just the only doctor willing to do what others won't?" At trial, he spoke like a teacher explaining anatomy. He described how each injection relaxed the body before shutting it down. And when asked about the stolen items, he replied, "They didn't need them anymore. I did." The courtroom fell silent. Even the judge admitted he spoke without hate, and that made it worse. In 2002, Maxim Petrov was sentenced to life imprisonment. He showed no remorse. "If I had to choose again," he said, "I'd do the same." To some, he was a mercy killer, a misguided angel. To others, a cold predator hiding behind a stethoscope. His story left a scar on Russian medicine, a haunting reminder that even compassion, when corrupted, can become a weapon. 3 doctors, 3 minds trained to heal, yet twisted enough to believe that death could also be a cure. Thomas Neill Cream, who turned poison into art. Marcel Petiot, who used war as his excuse to kill. And Maxim Petrov, who believed mercy was best served through death. They didn't kill out of hate. They killed out of conviction, believing they were doing the right thing. And that is what makes them truly terrifying. Because the line between compassion and cruelty is as thin as a single heartbeat. If you believe that even kindness can become darkness in the wrong hands, tell me in the comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share to keep uncovering the world's darkest files. This is Dark File, where the blackest stories are brought to light.